Sasha Zverev, welcome to Taste of Tennis. What brings you here?
What brings me here? I think it's the last real chance to enjoy some great company, to enjoy some great food, and once the tournament gets serious, we're all going to be stuck in our rooms, and only be focusing on tennis. And it's just the last chance to enjoy yourself.
How does an event like this help you on the court to be around your friends and relax a little?
I think, as you said, it's just a good time with your fellow tennis players, some tennis fans, and it's really the last chance to go out and enjoy yourself. And the next 2 weeks, hopefully, it's going to be all business, and just have a good time before it gets serious.
Final question, how are you feeling on the courts?
I feel great, to be honest, so I'm really looking forward to what's ahead.
Hey, your brand looks good, by the way.
Thank you.
Good luck out there, Sasha. Have fun. Holger, Rune here. Great event, City Taste of Tennis. How's it going?
It's going very well. Happy to be here. Cool to be in this event. First time here in New York, so I can't wait.
And what's your excitement for the U.S. Open like right now?
Super excited. I mean, I'm looking forward to this tournament for a long time. You know, it's the 4 Grand Slams that you want to perform in the best as possible, so I'm just looking forward to do my best.
Final question, your game's on fire. How does it feel to be really rising to the top?
Feels amazing. I mean, I take day by day, step by step, trying to improve the small things every day, and hopefully it will be better at the end.
You're the man. Best of luck,
Thank
my
you.
friend. Good luck.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you. Andre Rublev, it's great to be here. What a party. Taste of Tennis. How do you like it?
I don't know, I just arrived, so we'll see. Like I said before, it's a great entertainment, and when you have opportunity to do something different, why not? Especially it's related to tennis, so you have here tennis fans. They see players, and it's always nice because for them especially, because they can get a bit closer, and it's nice to do.
Cooking and tennis, what's that combination all about?
Again?
Cooking and tennis, pretty important combination.
Yes, for the tennis players, but I have problems with this, so I'm not a good person to ask.
How do you like being here in New York? What's your excitement for the tournament?
I like a lot. New York, and I don't know. I'm enjoying myself here, and it's always nice to be back to feel this atmosphere. And I mean, I like the city and everything. You have everything you want here, so it's perfect for me.
Final question: you're playing great tennis. What's led to this success?
I wanna know, man. I still trying to find this answer.
Well, have some good food out here, Andre. Great to see you. Andre Rublev here in New York at Taste of Tennis. So Brooksby, welcome to Taste of Tennis. What brings you here?
I'm just in the city anyway for the week, and it's I haven't actually gotten to be a part of this yet, so I'm excited to be here.
How important is cooking and tennis, the combination?
I think it's been pretty important. I mean, myself, I love food, so it's an easy answer there, yeah.
And this party's quite exciting, seeing your friends. What does it mean to you to be around them in more of a casual atmosphere?
Yeah, especially for me, having not been able to play for a little bit. I always love being around this type of environment and getting to catch up with people, so it's going to be great.
You're one of the great Americans. You're a grinder. How's your game coming along right now?
It's better. I'm still not hitting balls yet fully, but I'm definitely seeing how I can get my serve better and my footwork, and I'm just looking into those other areas right now.
Your game is wild in a good way. I mean, the players can't handle it. What's led to this unique style?
I mean, it's good. You're always looking for ways to kind of mold your game to be different than others and to have different challenges to face. So I just want to keep improving on that.
Final question. Red, white, and blue needs a Grand Slam winner. What's it going to take to do that?
I think keep getting my serve better once I'm back and just get in even better shape to be able to last longer. That's my 2 goals right now.
Well, you're a true warrior, Brooksby. Welcome and have fun at Taste of Tennis.
Thank you.
You heard it from the American star Jenson Brooksby here at City Taste of Tennis. Denis, Kudla, my great friend, welcome to Taste of Tennis. How does it feel to be here?
Feels good to be here. They've been putting on this event for a long time. It's always amazing. It's good for the players to kind of get out, get some great food, socialize a little bit, and get yourself ready and your mindset ready for the U.S. Open.
Is there any party like this in the world of tennis or sports?
In the world of tennis, this is number one. Nothing beats it by far.
And how about the chefs? I mean, tell me about the food you're going to experience here.
I'm a culinary nerd. I love everything about food, so to be able to experience these high-level chefs is pretty amazing.
And let's talk some tennis. You're playing good ball. How have you stayed on the tour this long? You're still out there.
I don't know how I've stayed out this long, but you find a mental wall that you give yourself, and then You just keep pushing yourself every single day. So that's all that matters, one day at a time.
How do you like the U.S. Open? What are your thoughts?
US Open's amazing. The improvements they've made is amazing, and it's just fun to see, even the young guys come up and really make a name for themselves.
Denis, Kudla, great seeing you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Enjoy that food here at Taste of Tennis. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the City of Dreams. I'm Harry Cicma, alongside a great friend and a legend, Rick Macci, quite possibly the best coach in history, and also now a Hollywood star, well-deserved, as a result of his movie, King Richard, with the Williams family. And you've done so much for the sport, Rick, and this is a long overdue interview. We've been friends for, I don't know, a decade now. So tell me, what's new with you, and how's the world of tennis going now that you're a Hollywood star?
Well, first off, I'm just one of the guys, as you know, and I think because of that, that's why I teach anybody, anytime, anywhere. People tell me all the time. They ask me, like, who's your favorite student of all time? And they think it's going to be Venus, Serena, Capriati, Roddick, Sharapova, Kennan, Pierce. It's really Harry, who's on the other side of the net, that hour, that minute, that second. And that's the way I feel. And I think that genuineness is why, I'm near the leader in the clubhouse all these years. I still teach 50 hours a week. I run my own business. It's a very different model. Rick Macci Tennis Center in Boca Raton, Florida. Great academy. But I teach anybody. And, that's kind of the way I feel. And I think that genuineness comes across. And that's how you extract greatness. But on another note, obviously, I've done a couple hundred podcasts since the movie. I have my own podcast with David Meltzer, Game Set Life, with Macci and Meltzer. That's a lot of fun. I do that when I'm not on the tennis court, and I'm on the court every day at 6. And what I tell everybody, I don't really just change strokes, I change lives. And when these people come back to me, like Christian Ruud, which he's put some of these values into his son. I taught Christian, back in the day. He was Norway's finest. Now he got replaced by his son, but that's okay. That means more to me than anything. They're a doctor, they're a lawyer. They just said the hard work ethic, the sayings. They remember these things I said to them. They don't remember the forehand or backhand. So to me, that means the most, because I've had a big impact on people's lives.
And how about, Venus and Serena Williams? This is really too good to be true, which is why it's a movie. But tell me about what made them special and what really led to you finding them with their dad at a young age from the streets of Compton and making them the best ever.
You can tell I've been asked that question a little bit, but, I don't really, I look at it very differently, because I look at them like my own daughters, and Richard was my best friend. Even though you couldn't tell that in the movie sometimes, the guy was brutal. But it was about VW and Meek, about Serena. It wasn't about me or him. I trained the parents as much as I trained the kids, So no, listen, I got a call one day. It was May 1991, just like yesterday. Guy on the phone, Richard Williams. He said, I want you to take a look at my daughters, Venus and Serena. Capriati was gone by then. She was already top 10 in the world. She was 14. It was May, summer's around the corner. It was slow. Listen to this, Harry, it's crazy. And I said, I heard of Venus because she was in the New York Times, undefeated in the 10 and under. Whatever that means. I've seen that movie before. That doesn't mean anything. And I just, for whatever reason, he said, I didn't know anything about Compton. This was 91, okay? And I just knew riots and fires and all that stuff. He goes, Rick, I promise I won't get you shot. Okay, that's actually in the movie too. So I just said, I got to meet this guy. So whatever reason, Harry, I booked a flight. I went out to California. They come to the hotel. They sit on Richard's lap, Venus on one leg, Serena on the other, hugging, kissing, just like you see in the movie. Orsine was there too. Richard, he pulls out a piece of paper. Listen to this. Like I was in a deposition. I'm going, who is this guy? He started grilling me. I respected it because he was thinking, if I'm going to let some guy in my circle, okay, whatever circle that was, we didn't know how good they were, they have to have been there, done that, a father figure, a role model, you know, because I had Jennifer. Listen, my blueprint for greatness was like no other, okay? And so I kind of respected it. So after 2 hours of getting grilled by King Richard, he goes, I'm picking you up tomorrow, and we're going to go to East Compton Hills Country Club. So I said, okay. So 7 o'clock, they come to the hotel. That same bus you saw in the movie, same bus. It was identical. And I'm going, what in God's name am I doing in Compton, California? Now remember, I'm at a 5-star resort, Greenleaf Golf and Tennis Resort. I'm the director, and I'm sitting there going, this is like a movie, okay? So now we get in the bus. I look in back. There's these 2 little girls. Back there like that, there's McDonald's wrappers, Burger King, smells back there, dirty towels, laundry, ball hoppers, rackets, and these 2 little girls are back there, Venus and Serena. So now we're going to the park, okay? About 10 minutes into the ride, okay, I'm looking around, I'm going, this is a strange place for a country club. So we pull up to a park, okay, there's guys shooting baskets at 7:30 in the morning, people are smoking, drinking, passed out on the grass. I'm going, this is crazy stuff. So we get out, had to go across the basketball court to play on these 2 tennis courts. I had a box of Wilson balls there. He goes, Rick, we don't use new balls. I want old balls, I want dirty balls, I want their butt digging and bending them out, okay? He takes the old balls, okay, half of them didn't bounce, puts them in a basket, and I start drilling Venus and Serena, okay? I'm taking the temperature as any coach. I'm sitting there now watching these 2 girls, I'm feeding them balls, forehand, backhand, volley, hair flying this way, arms flying that way, beads flying off their head. I'm going, this is brutal. And this is a great lesson. Never, ever judge a book by the cover. The cover could be amazing, okay, and the book bad. The cover amazing and the book terrible. So now the whole landscape changed. Listen to this. I said, we're going to play competitive points. It'll be me and Serena against Venus, because Venus was almost 5'9". She was more mature. Serena was still a little prankster. Her head wasn't plugged in yet. So we start playing competitive points. Listen to this. They started popping the popcorn, extra butter. I'm going, what the heck is this all about? The preparation got better. It wasn't filet mignon, it wasn't capriotti, but it got better. But the alertness. When I said game on, it freaked me out. I went, I never saw 2 little girls. Even to this day, Harry, I never saw 2 little girls try so hard to get to a ball. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be world champion. That doesn't mean you're going to go to college for free. That doesn't mean anything. But that quality is going to help you in the game of life. There was a rage. There was something inside both of them. And I'm going, wow, this is interesting. Venus would run so hard, her nose would be that far off the ground to get to the ball. Serena, the ball was like 20 feet away. She'd still keep running. I'm going, hey, come back here. But it was crazy once we kept score. So now the coach and me start thinking, okay, 5'9", 6 feet, 160, $145. I start projecting where this could go. Right then and then, I told Richard, come here, this is in the movie. I said, let me tell you something. It was more about Venus because she was more mature. You got the next female Michael Jordan on your hand. He puts his arm around me. He goes, no, brother, man, I got the next 2. And Serena, what I did notice about Serena, she did have all the time in the world. But to a lot of coaches, and I'm on video in the 90s telling people this, and they're going, what does that mean? She almost looked sloppy because she had so much time. And she knew, Harry, where you were going to hit it before you did. And I told many people this, but you couldn't see it, okay? Because people, they look on the outside, you know? But there was 2 intangibles that she had that VW didn't. But Venus had these Olympic strides and firepower on the run. So the moral of the story is 3-4 months later, they visited Greenleaf. A month after that, we did the deal. And listen, 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, 4 years. Venus doesn't play a tournament. I take her to make her debut. The moral of the story is, after that whole episode in hibernation, the late great Bud Collins said, you might as well shut down junior tennis. They never even played any tournaments. Just training, getting better. Because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. We're building a pro game, and as you saw in the movie, after that whole episode, bang, Venus hits it out of the park, $12 million contract with Reebok. So at the end of the day, we teamed up, and when it's all said and done, we changed history.
How about Andy Roddick? I mean, you helped him so much as well, and, you know, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest ever. Not as much success as the Williams, but still we're so proud of him in American tennis, and you were a big part of that. So tell me about your relationship with him, because there maybe should be a movie about that as well.
Well, you know, first off, it was more about John Roddick, his brother. He moved to the academy when he was a sophomore, and then when he was a senior, the whole family moved, Blanche and Jerry, and they brought Andy, 9-year-old little pipsqueak, mosquito, pit bull. Okay, this guy was feistier than feisty. Okay, I used to work with him every day. He actually taught me a little bit about the ATP forehand. Remember, this was 1992. How crazy is this? I have Venus, Serena, okay, Christian Ruud, okay, Roddick, Tommy Ho, Mary Pierce. I mean, listen, there were so many people I was working with right at that time, and no one liked it that I spent so much time with the Williamses, because they were the worst, okay? But I knew what was in the oven cooking. The main thing I always tell everybody about Andy Roddick, probably the best competitor, male competitor I ever taught. His thirst for competition was like no other. Brutal. When he would lose, he'd come back, Rick, can I play him again? Can I play him again? A lot of kids do that. But I love the way this guy competed. And so, Harry, when you're all about the competition, like all the great ones, including Alcaraz, when you're there, you're going to be more bulletproof, and you're going to be able to take a punch. Everything might change around you, but you're still a competitor, a court, a ball, and I'm here to knock you out. And this was Roddick, okay? And but with his forehand, he kind of kept it on the hitting side. He kind of inverted the racket and tilted it. I tried to change it, okay? Then after I kept seeing how fast the racket went and his contact point never deviated, I'm sitting there going, Rick, just leave it alone. And same, kind of like I did with Venus's backhand. She put it down, which isn't my flavor. So some of the best coaching is to keep your mouth shut. If there's any coaches out there, sometimes it's let it go, okay? So, and then his serve, he had a lot of external rotation to me. I helped it a little bit, but he really did all this stuff on his own when he was gone from me. But the key ingredients were baked in. But he was number one with me in the 12s, okay, in the nation. But the wild card, he was always little. But then when he grew at 15, okay, say goodnight. His forehand became supersonic. His serve became nuclear. He was that Texas cowboy that wanted just to ride and knock you out. And all these years later, to think he's the last one to win a slam, that's pretty amazing. I think it says more about we should have more, but it also shows he did get one. He should have got Wimbledon, but he's one of my all-time favorites. He wrote the foreword to my book, Macci Macci. I love Andy Roddick because he's probably the best role model as a competitor. And one more thing about him, he was always supposed to be, and I always defended him once he went into the pros, the next Agassi, the next Sampras, the next Chang. He was never going to be that. He was going to be the best Andy Roddick he could be. And I'm telling you, Harry, in my opinion, he overachieved. If you look at his record, he never really had any bad losses. He was consistently in the top 10. Remember, there was a star-studded field back then too. There wasn't any hamburgers or cheeseburgers. There was a lot of filet in the top 10. You know, and listen, he beat Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. He had some great wins. He overachieved, and I think he got the most out of his ability. And he probably retired when he wanted to, because if he couldn't be all in, 100% and get the W, I'm out of here. The next chapter of my life, and that shows the world. It should how competitive Andy Roddick was. Earlier, I love how Coco Gauff is trending.
You're amazing. So what's new with Rick Macci Tennis Academy? I mean, how can people get involved?
Well, here's another thing. You know, if people, I probably do more Zoom videos at 5 in the morning in the parking lot with the birds and the squirrels from people from Belarus, Switzerland, wherever. I do so many of those on top of about 50 hours of privates. I teach adults. I had the #1 80-year-old guy in the nation, and I taught him the ATP forehand. I teach anybody, anytime, anywhere. I certify coaches. So, but no, people can email me. I get back to everybody in 24 hours. We're the worldwide leader in stroke mechanics. My partner, Dr. Brian Gordon, who did his thesis on this. He has his, he's a biomechanist like no other. I grew up in a park. So here I am, full circle, and hopefully I'll end my career in a park. Everything's come full circle, and I'm just so appreciative and blessed at everything that's come my way. But right now I'm going to branch out a little bit more, do maybe a little more motivational speaking. I got a book that I'm doing with a Harvard psychologist, okay? It's called The $1 Billion Mind. That's going to be coming out in 2 months. When it's all said and done, all roads lead back to court #1, Rick Macci Tennis Center. I'm there 7 days a week. I teach every day, and if you want my help, I help anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Rick, you're an amazing friend. Honestly, so proud of you.
Thank you.
So great to have Rick Macci on the broadcast. The world of tennis is a better place thanks to Rick Macci, and he's raised so many champions. So a good friend and one of the best coaches, if not the best of all time. So for the rest of the staff and everyone here in New York City, it's U.S. Open time. I'm Harry Cicma. You're watching World Tennis, and we'll see you again next week to recap the world of tennis.